Good morning. My name is George Liblin. I build Cinderella carriages, and we've been doing it for right at 10 years. The one we're looking at here is a 2012. We just came out with it about 3 months ago. I have none on the market. I have 5 for myself, and I really like the carriage, and we're going to stay with this carriage with the whole conception of it. We'll video some here today, and then we're going to video some at night. It really looks good at night because all the hearts are lit up, and it gets a lot of attention. So we'll move on up and take a look at the side of the carriage. Okay, if you'll notice the bottom frame on that, that's a 1x2 tubing, 120 wall, but that's also has a 1/4 inch flat stock, 2 inch, going around it. It really makes it sturdy. We absolutely have no problem with our frames. You notice we've got brakes on here. We did have disc brakes, but that takes 1,500 pounds of PSI, and you got to have a booster to get the full brakes. So we went back to drum brakes, and they're very, very adequate. The worst part about a wooden wheel is when you got a 12-inch brake on there, you apply your brakes, you are twisting that wood, and something's going to give. Naturally, these are steel wheels, so we absolutely have no problem with that. We put the overload springs on there because sometimes a couple people want to sit on the back of this, and it'll accommodate that. If you'll notice our axles, that's a 2-inch square axle, 1/4 inch wall. And I don't know of any other carriage companies going that heavy. That might be a little bit overkill, but I've seen so many of them bend. And this will accommodate 6 average people. 2 on the back is 8, and 2 up on the driver's seat is 10 people. So you can get a lot of weight. If you notice our fenders there, that are not wood. That's 3/8 steel. And we've had a lot of wood, especially Robert's carriages after a couple of years. They get damaged, they just don't work out that well. If you notice our tail lights, they're all LED lights. And that's a running light, a turn signal, and a flasher. It's a 3-in-1, and we really like that light. It don't take that much juice, and it's really a bright light. We're real proud of our front end here. We're real pleased, satisfied with our 5th wheels. That's a 5/8 5th wheel plate, not a 3/8 like everybody else. Below that is a 2x6 tubing, and that's a 1/8. Very sufficient. And if you'll notice on our springs, we do not use U-bolts. I've seen too many of them break. You have a lot of leverage on that bottom axle when you hit a bump or a curb, and the case hardened bolts is much the better of the two. If you notice, we have armrests on here. That sure means a lot if you're sitting still and waiting to rest that arm. We're real proud of that armrest. And the backrest is set back, fits right in the center of your back, and you can have some comfort. We might spend 4 hours a day, 6 hours a day on this carriage. So let's have comfort, okay? Now if you'll notice, this seat comes up. Now that's your battery charger. So when the girls come in, all they have to do is just plug it in. Don't have to worry about it if they got on the right, positive or negative or that. There it is, plug it in. And that's a trickle charger, and it can charge for a week because it will automatically shut off when it's full. This is our console. We're really proud of that. The girls like that, put their sweaters in there, their jackets or whatever. And if you'll notice, we have cup holders on each side so they can have their coffee or drinks in there. And also there's a whip holder on the right. The top 2 lights you see on the carriage, them are turn signals. And the reason for that is the oncoming traffic can see you turning left or right. And it helps a lot when you're standing there to make a left-hand turn and they see the blinker going. So we really like those blinkers for safety's sakes. On the floor you'll see 3 buttons. The one on the left is a turn signal. The one on the right is a turn signal. The one in the middle is a horn. And that horn is very critical if you're in a lot of big crowds. It'll help you get around. Recently, we've just came out with this one door, and we really like it. It's much safer. You don't have to worry about somebody jumping out in front of the traffic, but that gives us one more seating capacity. This will seat 6 average people. And a lot of times we do little birthday parties, they'll have 12 or 13 little 5, 6-year-old girls in there. So we're worried about them coming out. We do have a hook on each side of the door. We can put a chain across there too. But when we go that young, we always have an adult to ride on the back or with them. And the little ones really like it. If you notice, we're using diamond plate on our floors. We used to use wood, and it looks real good varnished and that, but we're doing so many birthday parties and that, and the kids want to take their ice cream aboard and candy. It doesn't bother us. We come home, you just take it, wash it out like you would a sidewalk, and it's indestructible. And it's real easy to touch up with paint in case something would happen. And it's a lot stronger. There's no maintenance to it to speak of. And I'll go along with the wood does look better, but a lot of maintenance to it. This is the top of our Cinderella, and that lights up at night. It really looks good, gives a little bit of decorations, and also puts my brand on it, and we like it. And those seats are naugahyde naturally. They take a pretty good watering down and not hurt them, and if you're in the rain, it doesn't hurt. We used to go with the velvet, but cloth, but this works out much better. One of our most important parts of our carriages is these steel wheels. They're just maintenance free. We give a lifetime warranty on them, and the pressure they can take if you hit a curb or something, we've never seen one bend yet, but we give a lifetime warranty on it unless you get in a wreck and you know, damage it in that way, but ordinary use we don't. But we're real proud of that wheel, and you'll see a world of difference in how sturdy the carriage is with the steel wheels. This originally was our Via Vista trailers, and we just duplicated them. So this Cinderella will fit in most Via Vista trailers with no problem. We like to carry the trailer. That's kind of the garage. It keeps it out of the sun and that. However, now and then we do haul them in an open trailer. You get a lot of recognition. It's kind of dangerous because people want to talk to you when you're going down the road. So I just soon have them enclosed and people aren't trying to run you off the road and talk to you. Okay, we'll go ahead and load it. It's a one-man operation. The wheels will want to turn, so we pin this here. And now it can't turn. And we can go ahead and pull it up. One man can do so. Again, this vehicle is 78 inches high, the Cinderella. The width is 68 inches. The length is 12'3", and it weighs 1050 approximately. That can vary depending on carriage. But that's the way it goes, and that's in a Via Vista trailer.